Okay, Kesha, can you see my screen okay? Let's put it in the chat there. Okay, welcome everyone to Jingle All the Way to Profit, Small Business Holiday Readiness. For those of you who don't know, my name is Ashley McBride and I work at the Business Advisory Center of Durham. And this is part of our Do It in Durham Entrepreneurship Week, which it's actually our 13th year doing this. It's our signature event. We're very proud of it. And it happens over the course of Global Entrepreneurship Week, which takes place in over 200 countries around the world. So we hope to see you at more events. We have about 20 plus events, also in collaboration with different organizations in Durham region and the business community. Feel free to post about us on social media. You can use the hashtag #DoItInDurham 2025 or hashtag GEW Canada 2025. And you can visit doitindurham.biz for more events. We have lots still happening this week, so you should check them out. I want to take an opportunity to just thank our sponsors, our 2025 sponsors and collaboration partners. Without them, this event truly would not have been able to happen. So thank you so much to all of those sponsors and collaborators. Okay, so for those of you who don't know about BACD, we are one out of 54 small business centers in Ontario, and we've been operating for about 25 years, supporting over 5,000 businesses per year. So some of our programs include one-on-one advisory meetings. So you're welcome to book a meeting with one of our advisors, come in, strategize, talk about anything business related. And we're really here to help you start and grow your business here in Durham region. We also offer business fundamentals training. So it's actually a 4-part series, starting with our startup session, business planning, marketing and sales, and financials and operations. And then we also have networking opportunities. So we do She Means Business, which is a women's networking event. And we do We Mean Business. We have one happening on Friday, and that's open to anyone. And we really like to spread these out across the region and have a casual networking setting that business owners are able to come to and feel comfortable at. So check those out on our website. And as I mentioned, it is Do It in Durham Week, and we have lots of events continuing throughout the week here. So as I mentioned, we run our workshops 2 to 3 times per month. And then we also work with you to help you strategize. We work on business planning, organizing your business, creating those operations systems, helping you navigate licenses, permits, and we really want to create that personalized action plan for you and your business. Some of our programs here, so Starter Company Plus, it provides training, mentoring, and up to $5,000 for your business. One thing to keep in mind here is that you cannot be in full-time education or work. And the Summer Company program is for ages 15 to 29 and provides up to $3,000 for your business. The Start Smart program is a coaching program designed to help you launch your business. It's $250 and you get between 8 to 15 hours of service with one of our business advisors. Okay, so what are we going to cover today? So we are going to cover the benefits of holiday marketing. We're going to cover holiday shopper personas, social media content ideas for you and your business, email marketing, and also AI, which I did not include in here, but we will be touching upon that. And then there'll be an opportunity for questions and answers as well. Just going to check the chat here. Just want to see if there's anyone in the lobby. Okay, so what are the benefits of holiday marketing? So when you start doing your holiday marketing, there's an opportunity for increased sales and revenue. The purchase intent is high. So we see a lot more people wanting to, they kind of have that joyful spirit, the Christmas spirit. They want to buy things. They want to spoil their family, their friends. So purchase intent is higher generally around this time. Enhanced brand awareness. So this is an opportunity to really spread yourself and boost your brand and show people what you're all about. And that also relates to an opportunity to create creative marketing. Going beyond that, your typical marketing strategy and incorporating a more fun side to it. Maybe you're changing your Facebook profile cover photo and you have incorporating more of a fun holiday themed. Maybe you're making your website, maybe you're changing some of the imagery to reflect more of that holiday spirit. Maybe your email signature has something related to the holidays involved. Maybe it's a new product or a service that you're launching for the holidays and you have something in your email signature that's highlighting that. So there's a lot of opportunity here to really get creative with your marketing and show that more fun side that maybe you typically don't show in your business. And then expand your customer base as well. So this could be one of the goals that you have when you start your holiday marketing, is to increase your brand awareness and also reach more customers. So it could be something like maybe you want more email signups over the holidays because you're sending out a holiday email campaign. So the goal is to really get more people to subscribe to your newsletter. So we'll get into the goal setting in a little bit, but these are definitely some of the benefits to your holiday marketing, and there's a lot more as well. So when to start planning? So I know I'm delivering this mid-November. Typically, you would start planning 6 months before the holidays. And this is a snapshot of when to plan for certain holidays. So you can see here the holiday on the left-hand side. So Halloween. When do people start promoting Halloween campaigns or pushing their holiday marketing? So typically this is when you would start between July and October. And I know it's going to sound really, really early, but that is typically when you are going to start, July till October, because it's not going to just take one ad for someone to click on that ad. It's not, oh, we have someone coming in. People are going to want to see it more than once. It typically takes about 7 to 10 touch points or times that a customer has actually seen it for them to actually acknowledge, wow, this is something that I might consider or might want. So you're really taking them through that customer journey from July to October. Same with Thanksgiving. You're going to start August to October. Black Friday is coming up. Typically, the ad peak opportunity is going to be October to November. And then you can kind of get the point here, but this is just to really point out that your holiday marketing is going to begin a lot sooner than you think it should. And although it's mid-November, you still have lots of opportunity to work on your marketing until December. So we'll get into different content ideas and so forth. So just a quick, I have some stats here for what does it look like in 2025? What are people shopping for? What are people feeling? So this is the outlook for what's to come. And it's saying 75% of consumers will spend the same or more on gifts during the 2025 holiday season, with Gen Zers and millennials leading the way. So this is something to keep in mind when you are creating that plan. Who are your customers? Who is your target audience? So it says Canadians are focusing on should be value-driven shopping. So what does that mean? It means that people are choosing gifts that reflect values like sustainability, local sourcing, and ethical production. So maybe they're really shopping with intention, with purpose. They're not just grabbing something off the shelf for the sake of, grabbing that present, easy, send it off, it's done. No, they're actually taking time to think about, what do I want to give that's actually giving value to my friends and family. It says Black Friday dominates 84%, which is such a huge amount of that market, and it's saying it's the most important shopping day. So Black Friday, it's coming up, and it is something to consider in your small business as well. You see Amazon with these Black Friday deals, and we want to put small businesses, at the forefront. Why not have your own Black Friday deals? So that's something to think about too when you are starting to create for the holidays. It's not just, you know, um, December. It starts before that. Half of all shoppers say AI tools like chatbots and um, curated gift suggestions would improve their holiday experience as well. So we will touch a little bit about on AI, but that is something to consider as well. And there are ways that AI can actually make your business, you know, it can help you in your business when it comes to creating your marketing strategy, creating content, giving you ideas for your business. What types of products should I sell around the holidays? What types of services should I offer? So it's a really great tool to assist you during the holiday season. Okay, so we're going to get into creating your marketing plan. And if you just want to put in the chat there what type of business you are in, or service, or industry, if you want to just give a brief blurb there so I have an idea of what types of businesses are in the room here. So when you think about the holiday season, you're going to start with your marketing plan. So what does that mean? We're going to go step by step. So first you want to create and set out your goals and create a budget. So what do you want to achieve this holiday season, and what is your financial capacity? Then you're going to want to map out the plan. Start planning at least 3 months before the holiday season. We're just going to pretend that we're 3 months away, but there's still lots of opportunity for you right now to actually create a plan and map that out and set goals for yourself. Then you're going to create content. This is the fun part. And again, we talked about that creative marketing. How can you have fun in your marketing and really enjoy what you're doing? There's such a hustle and bustle around the holidays, but how can you really step into it and enjoy it? So we're going to get into content ideas as well. And how can you, take this as an opportunity to really engage with your audience, get to know them, and, show them that fun side. And then most importantly, we want to measure the results. So what worked this year? What didn't work? We also want to look at last year's plans. If you have a plan, if you didn't, that's okay. But if you did any type of marketing last year, it's really important to go back and see what worked, what didn't, what were people clicking on, were people asking for specific things? Did you sell out of certain things? Was your inventory too low? Was it too high? So these are things that you want to consider as well. Okay. So we're going to set out our marketing goals and create a budget. So what do you want to achieve this season? So it could be things like, I want to achieve 5 new bookings this season for the new year, starting in January. Or I really want to work on repeat customers. Or I have this holiday campaign that I have lined up and I want to get maybe 500, not 500, maybe 50 new subscribers for the month of December. So your goals can really be anything. It's more personal towards you, but be specific with your goals and make sure that you can actually measure them and reflect back and see, what did it take to achieve those goals? And that will also help you with your marketing next year and when you start planning for that in the following year. Okay, so week by week plan. So next we're going to get into your planning, content creation, and setup. So review past marketing expenses and results. So again, we're going to look at what worked last year. Did you spend too much money on Instagram ads when you should have been on, let's say, Pinterest or Facebook? Did you find that your customers were coming more from word of mouth? And if so, how can you pivot your marketing to that? Maybe it's something like, okay, my customers are coming more word of mouth. Um, Maybe I need to be at more in-person local networking events, or maybe I need to attend some holiday markets over the season. There are a ton of holiday markets in Durham region, and it's not just for product-based businesses. There are a ton of opportunities for service-based businesses. So let's say you were a service-based business. Did anyone put in the chat here what type of business they are? No. Okay. Let's say you are a business that does um, some sort of like rehab therapy with RMT or physiotherapy. Maybe you have a promotion that's like how to, de-stress over the holidays with a massage, or get the most out of your insurance before the end of the year, and you create some sort of campaign around that. And then there is opportunity, as I was saying, to be at somewhere like a market, but maybe you want to have like a nice banner, some swag on the table, a nice tablecloth. So there is still opportunity to kind of show up professional and make your booth more, appealing to. Just because you don't have a product doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to stand out. Okay, so someone has a travel service business. So you can really gear your messaging around, getting away for the holidays, or maybe your target audience is going to be people who they're done the hosting, they don't want to have friends and family over, they just want to have a nice holiday on the beach in the sun. They don't want to think about winter, they don't want to think about snow or traveling to all these places, right? So you might have something like top 10 destinations around the world that you can travel to over the holidays. And maybe for 12 days of Christmas or counting down to Christmas, you post a blog or some sort of content that relates to getting away for the holidays and special promotions to certain locations, counting down. So there are ways to be creative with service-based business as well. And thank you for sharing that as well. Okay, you run a family and maternity photography business, Kesha. Okay, awesome. So both service-based businesses here, and I love how different they are. So Kesha, I'm sure you've seen photographers advertise, holiday photos for your family, tree farm minis, or, getting those Santa pictures taken. So that is a huge opportunity in the photography world for, boosting your revenue with those mini sessions, right? The tree farms, the Santa photos, the Christmas baking workshop photos, right? So there's tons of ideas there. So what makes a good holiday campaign? So one, it could be that it creates emotional connection. It's not just, it's Christmas, buy stuff. It's something that's creating, that personal touch and that special connection with someone over the holidays, right? So you never know who's buying from you or what people are going through. So you really want to make people feel good over the holidays. Does anyone have a certain like campaign or brand or ad that they've seen that they were like geared around the holidays that they felt that, wow, like that really touched me, or I loved that idea, or it really stood out to you and it was memorable? Does anyone want to share that in the chat? Take a sip of water. For me, I always think of the Coca-Cola commercials and how creative they are, like with the polar bears, or, they always have really calm music and visuals, and they make you feel like you're part of the ad almost. And they always kind of bring in that sense of nostalgia for Christmas, the Christmas season. Those always stick out to me. I saw someone typing. Anyone want to put any ideas in the chat? And it doesn't have to be something that made you emotional. It could be just something that, always stands out to you around this time of year, or you really love their branding. M&M chocolate commercials. Oh, I love that. I didn't even think of that. That's such a good one. And that's a good point too, is that, something like chocolate, how they got creative. They have the Santa hats on. They're typically doing something fun or funny in the commercials. I love that. So we want to keep our visuals consistent with your brand, but also it's okay to add seasonal touches. So it could be maybe you change your logo to holiday colors. It's still your brand, it's still your logo, but maybe you change it to red and green, and that's very distinctive for the holiday season. You want to make your offer clear so that it stands out from other holiday deals. And how you can do this, you can have keywords in your messaging. So you could have things limited time only. Maybe there's an expiry date. So book your trip by this date to get this rate, or book your holiday photos by this date. We have limited spots for our tree farm minis, right? So you're really kind of pushing them, but not being too pushy, but you're giving them, a sense of urgency that they have to make a decision, and it is a holiday deal. Time it strategically to grab attention at the right moment. So when you think of who your customers are, when do you think they are hanging out on social media? So are your customers busy families? So let's say you work in the photography industry and you're targeting, parents, likely parents, busy parents, let's say. So their ideal time on social media, it might be before the kids wake up. So maybe that time frame is going to be between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. 7 a.m. is pushing it. Maybe it's like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Or it could be after dinner when the kids are asleep. So it could be around 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. So those are the time frames that you really want to push your marketing. And that's when you're going to post things so that you can actually get your target audience, hopefully, at the right time. Maybe if you were in the travel service industry, your target audience could be retirees. So your time frame is going to be totally different. Typically, they have all day to check their emails. So maybe you don't have to be too concerned about that. But those are the things you want to think about: is who is your target audience? Where are they hanging out? Are they on Facebook? Are they on Instagram? Are they on TikTok? Are they in Facebook groups? Where are they hanging out? And what time are they scrolling? What time are they checking into social media? When are they checking their emails? Ensure that your mobile-friendly design is for all devices. So make sure that your website, it's going to be user-friendly no matter where you use it, on a desktop or your mobile device. Do they have to click more than 5 pages to get to that checkout area? Right? So you want to ensure that it's user-friendly and that you're not taking up too much time. And stay authentic. So, don't try too hard to be someone else. You're the owner of the business. Show your face on social media. Show people what you're doing. It could be, this is, again, I go back to that creative marketing. How can you have fun this holiday season? So you might have things like something that is totally random that maybe you never thought you would even incorporate in your marketing, but you'll be surprised. These are the pieces of content that will actually do really well. So I saw someone post, I think they were a professional organizer, but they posted, I guess it's not too far off, but they posted randomly one day, and I don't think this was part of their strategy, but they posted one day, oh, like, no clients today, I'm off, I'm baking this, and this. And they kind of had this like day in the life of me while I'm not working, and they showed what they were, all the holiday baked goods that they had planned to bake that day. And they were kind of posting on their Instagram stories and then taking pictures of things and then having polls and saying like, this, would you eat this or would you eat that kind of thing. So, and a lot of people were engaging with this because one, it was relatable and people were like, oh, this is so fun. And it's baked goods. People love food and food content. So they were like, oh, this is, awesome. Like, I love what you're baking. Oh, can you share the recipe with me? So adding in these authentic, kind of messy or not messy parts of us into our content can actually go a long way. Maybe you're sharing something like, trying to think. Maybe you're sharing something like an ornament. So maybe there are a few days, maybe once a day, not once a day, sorry, once a week, you incorporate, ornament of the week. And you post, let's say you post an ornament from your tree and you talk about it on your business page. Like, this is an ornament, this, I went to Rome on my honeymoon and this is where I got it from and blah, 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 and then you ask your audience, what type of ornaments are important to you? Or do you have a fun ornament that you have a story behind? So it could be things that are kind of totally random that you incorporate into your holiday marketing just to gain traction to your page. I'm curious too, is if anyone in the chat wants to put, like, is there anything that you've done in the past for holiday marketing that has worked really well, or that surprised you, or maybe that didn't work well? And put that in the chat. I'll give you a minute there. Okay. Haven't done one yet. Okay, well, hopefully you're getting lots of ideas from this session. Okay, next, we're getting into the fun part. We're gonna talk about holiday shopper personas. And who are they? So when you think of your typical clients, I want you to jot down, or maybe just put it in your head. Who is your typical client and where would they fall within these personas? So just gathering from, all the information you know about your customers. Maybe you've made some relationships with them. Maybe some of them are good friends. Maybe you've collected data from, based on advertising you've done in the past. But I really want you to think about where would your target audience fit into these personas? Okay, so we're gonna start with the early bird. So the early bird persona, typically these are people that are on the lookout for bargains. They'll snap up gifts and other holiday items throughout the whole year. So I'm sure you know at least one person that can fall into this holiday shopper persona, right? We all know them. People that start shopping, in January for December. So this is the early bird person, and typically these are people that are, they're seniors, they're a bit older, they have more time on their hands, they're nostalgic, they think about, they think deeply about what their family and friends want or what they're looking for. Then we have the traditionalist, and these are people who are very traditional. They love the traditional holiday colors. They love, having things the same way throughout each year. So holiday customs. Typically they follow the same rituals year after year. They will appreciate traditional holiday imagery and colors in advertising as well. So again, when I think of the traditionalists, I say I could see this being the older generations, very, again, nostalgic. They're set in their ways. They have this ideal vision of what the holiday season means to them and what it should mean to their own family and friends. I just want to take a second. If you want to pop in the chat, just if you don't know, I'm not saying you need to know, but what persona do you think your target audience fits into? Because it will help you going forward in the presentation. So just drop it in the chat. Who do you think, sorry, where do you think they fall into in these categories? Next, I'm gonna keep going through them, but put it in the chat there. The self-gifter. I feel like we all know these people. I think I'm one of these people. So for self-gifters, the holidays mean me time just as much as they do family time. This shopper typically is in their 30s. They use your ad copy to encourage them to treat themselves. So when we're going shopping, we're like, oh, I love this scarf. It's so pretty. You know what? I'm just going to grab one for myself too. Treat yourself, right? So that's typically the self-gifter. Online Oscars. The online Oscars stocks up on all their holiday necessities online. Things on their nice list this year: free delivery, curbside pickup, generous return policies, and helpful customer service. These people, they don't want to leave their houses. They want convenience. They want fast. They want everything to be done simply by clicking a button. So don't let them, navigate 10 different pages on your website to get to that checkout page. They want fast convenience. And then we have the next level part, that's supposed to say party planner. Raising the bar every year. These are the people that love to host. They have the beautiful tablescape. They have the nice planters outside. They have a new holiday theme every year in their house. Every holiday meal they cook up is, from a food magazine. It's beautiful. So these are the next level party planners. Okay, so I see we have early bird just because travel can be costly and people want to get a good deal early. Okay. Gosh, I'm trying to think of what type of persona your customers might be. Maybe the traditionalist or the self-gifter. Okay. So how can we actually market to these people? Traditionalists. Okay. So how can we market to these people? So the early bird, these people, the messaging you really want to target and you want to have keywords in your messaging that say things like early or pre-order. So you can see from these advertisements, shop early for the best selection. Fan favorite, pre-order today. Right? So you want to make sure that you have keywords in your messaging for the early bird persona and your target audience. You could also include things, again, when it comes to the early bird, you might want to include a deadline. So book by this deadline. Again, you're creating a sense of urgency and for people to actually get them out of that consideration phase and to actually push them into the next phase, which is where they're purchasing and buying and making a decision. How to market to the self-gifter. Buy one, get one free this week only. Right? So you're promoting your deal, but you're also, again, putting a timeline on it or putting an expiry date on it. And then things like, don't leave yourself off the list, new sport shoes, to me, from me, right? So this is really to outline how you can kind of shift your messaging. Maybe you have more than one customer. So if you have more than one customer, segment, your messaging is going to be different. So if you think that your target audience is the early bird, but you also have people that are the self-gifters, then you want to have two different kinds of messaging in your marketing mix so that you can actually reach both of those customers and that you can talk to both of them. The online Oscar. So again, we're going to use keywords here. We're going to use things like free shipping. Maybe you're offering gift wrapping for them. Oh, don't worry about it. We got you covered. Spend $5 more to get gift wrapping before December 1st. Or discounts up to 50% off. Use this coupon only. And it could be use this coupon only online. So let's say your goal is to reach more people through the website, or you want people to, use the website more, then you can offer an online exclusive discount. How to market to the next level party planner. So we will cater for you. Give the gift of a clean house, right? So if you think of your target audience and you're like, oh, I have a next level party planner in my target audience and they love hosting. So maybe you're like, oh, I'm a party planner. I love hosting. Of course, I need my house clean. I need it to be in tip-top shape. I need the floors super shiny. There can't be a speck of dust in my house. So that would be, this is something that would appeal to them, is a clean house. Or offering catering services so that they don't have to do the work. They can focus on the nice tablescape and all the decor and decorations, and they can have beautiful food come in and save them time. Okay, so now that we know our customer personas and who our potential clients are, we're going to go back to the marketing plan. So we're going to see, again, where are the people coming from? Where is your target audience hanging out? You're going to launch your first holiday campaign. You're going to plan out your social media posts. So when you are planning your content, a great way to do this is to batch your content. So I recommend setting aside some time. So whether it's, the Monday morning, 8 o'clock till 9 o'clock, I'm going to dedicate this time to create 10 social media posts. And then I'm going to actually schedule them. So in terms of scheduling, does anyone schedule their content now? Put it in the chat there. If you don't, there are ways to and tools and ways to actually do this for you. So one is Hootsuite, there's later.com. Those are two that I know of. There's Monday as well. Those are, I believe, paid versions of social media planning tools. You can also do it for free right in Instagram and Facebook now. So if you have an Instagram page or a Facebook page that's a business page, keyword business, you can actually schedule content within those platforms for free. So when you're in that stage, you're starting your marketing, let's say you're starting, in August. Start planning those days in your calendar. I'm going to work on this, and this on Mondays. Then you start creating the content, then you start scheduling it for, let's say, November to December. That way, when this time comes, November, December, what we're in now, you're not scrambling to find content. You already have it all mapped out and planned. You want to also plan out your deals and your discounts. What's happening? What do you want to achieve? Again, we're going to go back to those goals. If you want more email subscribers, maybe you're going to create an ad campaign that gets people to sign up to our email list to be the first to, see our new holiday product or our travel package that's going to be going out on Black Friday. Sign up here. So you have that call to action. You're actually getting people to sign up to your newsletter. Push key offers and optimize your performance. So if there are posts or ads that you're analyzing and you're seeing, oh, these are doing really well, there seems to be a lot of clicks on these, you can actually get these analytics from your Facebook and Instagram pages. With the business suite, you can actually see, what is performing well, where are these people coming from, and if it is a high performing post, then maybe you want to consider pushing it or boosting it or putting advertising dollars behind it. You want to also promote your core offers. So although it's the holidays, you still want to sprinkle in a little bit of your core services and who you are, because there's going to be a lot of new people coming to your page, a lot of traffic, a lot of, faces that you haven't seen before. So it's good to have those mixed into your content as well, because you're still reminding people that, this is what I do outside of the holidays as well. These are my core services, but we're kind of bedazzling them for the holidays. So you just don't want them to forget or not understand exactly what you do. Remind customers about holiday deals, have early specials, and then review the data, what's working. Increase urgency, drive last minute sales and action items. Send email reminders. Increase ad spend, engage audience on countdowns. And what's the output? Final push with increased urgency and limited time offers. So I love having limited time offers or an expiry dates on services because it does really push people to make decisions, and especially for the holidays, right? You want to increase your revenue by that end of year. Customer appreciation post holiday follow-up. So how can you follow up with your customers after you've made a sale? And you don't want to just do this on over the holidays, but you want to do this throughout the whole entire year. But the holidays provide a good opportunity to do that post-holiday follow-up. So you might do things like send out thank you emails, offer post-holiday promos. So sign up now and get this in the new year. And gather data from campaigns. This just leads into that. So how can we gather this data? We can send out a survey. So let's say you are doing photography services. So you might send out a survey that says, thank you for attending our tree farm minis. What did you enjoy about this year? Was there a time frame that would have worked better for you? Would you like me to provide an outfit guide for you? Was there anything missing? Did you like the location? Right? So you can kind of sit back and reflect on what are the services that you offered over the holiday season, and what were there any gaps, and what are the opportunities for next year. So a survey is a really good one. So hopefully you have that email list and you can send that post-holiday follow-up survey. Ask for a Google review. So important. A lot of people don't leave reviews unless it's a negative one, right? So, give it some time after the holidays and then reach out to your customers. Oh, thank you so much for buying this package, or coming to our tree farm minis or Santa photos. I would love if you could leave our small business a Google review. Your kind words go a long way. You can kind of message it in a way that's more like personal, and showing them the value of what that will do for you as a small business owner. Reward your new customers with a rewards program. So you might want to create a program that makes your new customers feel welcome and special in a certain way. So that could be something that you implement in the new year. So your holiday messaging might be something like, sign up for our holiday photos now and receive a 10% discount in the new year for first-time clients. Same thing with the traveling. You could do sign up, book your trip now and receive a 10% discount. I don't know how it works with travel, but receive a 10% discount off your next purchase. Plan for something midwinter. So think about what your customers are feeling think about yourself as well. How do you typically feel after the holidays? Right? Maybe there's like, oh, there's nothing to look forward to anymore. The holidays are over. We're taking things down, back to regular programming. So think about, what can you do to uplift your customers? Make them, feel happy. Give them something to look forward to, right? So it could be, your messaging could look something like this. We know the holidays are over, but stay tuned. We have something exciting coming, right? So you're kind of making that, like, making that momentum. Something exciting's coming. I gotta stay tuned, right? So you're actually giving them something to look forward to just by launching something that's coming. And then Boxing Day sale. So you could take advantage of Boxing Day and offer a Boxing Day sale. And then having an easy exchange exchange policy, which is a bit different for services. Okay, so next we're going to get into leveraging social media for holiday success. So we're going to get into the fun part, content ideas. So things like creating gift guides and product showcases. I know you both are service-based businesses, but festive cover photos, logos and social media pages, behind the scenes holiday prep. So even if you aren't, physically making something, you could be, for if you're a photographer, you could be at a studio and showing behind the scenes, hey, I'm at this studio today. This is what we're doing. This is what we're setting up. Come take a peek in the day in the life of me as a photographer, right? So you're getting people excited, especially the people that are already signed up for your photos. You're kind of giving them like that little sneak peek of like what's to come and building that excitement. You could have holiday themed polls and quizzes. So you could post something in your Facebook or Instagram stories that are like, what are the um where's the top what are the top 5 places that people want to travel to over the holidays? So you could have some, fun games or fun interactive strategies in your stories. User generated content. So if you know anyone, you can kind of think of your community too. If you know people in your community that can work well with your brand or have those micro influencers that can help you promote your services over the holidays, that can go a long way too, because people want to support local and they also um, want to see that that you're engaged in your community. They also want to see that people in real life are using your product or service. So having user generated content is great. And collaboration too. I'm not sure if you use Instagram at all, but there is that feature on Instagram that where you can collaborate on a post now. So you can create a post, invite a collaborator so that it will show up on their page as well. So now you have a bigger audience tapping in or seeing your content. So that is a great feature that has just launched. And especially if you're doing something that's community based, let's say you're collaborating with another small business and you created this giveaway or, contest and you collaborate on this post. That is a great way to get more exposure, is that collaboration feature and having, more people involved because you're going to get more eyes, more traction. Consider things like 12 days of giveaway. And it doesn't have to be something physical, it could be just a piece of your mind. So if you're a service-based business, you might have 12 days of photography tips or 12 days of beautiful destinations to travel to over the holidays. And on those 12 days, again, you're counting down and giving them a little bit of a snippet of these beautiful locations, or it could be 12 days of family friendly holiday destinations. You're tapping into a certain market there. You're tapping into families that are traveling over the holidays. So, really important to know who your customers are. Gratitude and giving back. So I mentioned things like having a contest or, giving, maybe a portion of your profit goes to a certain cause that you're passionate about or something local that's going on in your community. And then holiday storytelling and sharing. So I kind of mentioned this before, but really showing that authentic side and maybe that not so relevant side to your business. So it could be something like the ornament that I mentioned, sharing, this is a tradition that I have in my family, and these are, maybe you get these ornaments from all the places you've traveled along the world or around the world, and you share the story of that. Those posts will do really well. Maybe you share your favorite home cooked holiday recipe that has been going on in your family for years and years, and maybe you share that with your customers and your clients. Maybe you post, your favorite holiday book or your favorite holiday TV show, and you ask your customers, what's your favorite show or what's your favorite holiday movie and why? you'll be surprised at how many people will engage with those posts because it's different, it's fun, it's something that all people can relate to and that people actually want to talk about, and it makes them happy. Does anyone have any other ideas that they want to share or something that wasn't said here? Okay, so piggybacking off of that, we got to remember that it is the little things that count. So you could offer things like in-store gift wrapping, send a handwritten holiday greeting card. I know there was a one year we hired a landscaping company, and they were a family-owned business. They've been around for about 30 years, and they did the work obviously in the summer. It was landscaping, and by the time it was December, we received this card in the mail. And it was a handwritten Christmas card from this company. And I was so thrown off and shocked because first thing I thought, I was like, wow, how many handwritten cards did they send? Like, this is a big landscaping company. So if they're doing this for all their clients, that is really special. And in that, it was not like a generic message, it was very personal. So that really stood out to me. And that's something that I talk about all the time now in presentations like this, because it is something that it stood out and it went a long way, right? So how can you create that, go the extra mile, especially during the holiday season when people really need it. Um, Participate in a local holiday fair. So I mentioned earlier that Durham region is so big on local markets, the holiday markets, especially the Santa Claus parades. How can your business get involved? And if you think of the Santa Claus parades, still a lot of service-based business in those parades. So think about how can you get involved? How can you promote your business? How can you spread awareness? And then decorate your retail space if you are a brick and mortar store. Okay, we're gonna get into some examples, and I know I asked you earlier of some of the brands or advertising that you thought really created that emotional connection or stood out to you. So I'm gonna go through some examples just to kind of give you more ideas as well. So one that always comes to mind is the Starbucks Red Cup. This has become a holiday tradition. Each year people are excited. They want to know the launch date of the holiday menu. They want to know what the cups are going to look like this year. Um, Usually it's bright, it's red, and they stand out quite a bit. So when you think about when you're walking downtown or you're shopping in a mall, you can always notice if someone has a Starbucks holiday beverage because the cups typically stand out. And what I've actually noticed this year is that Tim Hortons have really nice festive cups this year, and same with McDonald's. So I don't know if anyone's been to McDonald's this year, but I am obsessed with their holiday cups because it's the Grinch, the Grinch that stole Christmas. So it has like Cindy Lou Who and the Grinch, and it's really, really cute. Go buy a coffee from there if you want to see one. And then the Tim Hortons cups have kind of this nostalgic winter scene, people playing hockey, that Canadian winter vibe. So you can see that the Starbucks cups have kind of created this momentum around the holiday cups, and now people are also kind of following that trend. But I think it encourages people to buy from there and buy coffee because they're getting these special cups. It's like a hug and a mug. People are like, oh, I love these cups, and like it just makes you feel better. Has anyone seen any of the holiday cups this year? Or is there any others that might stand out to you? There's also like holiday staples when it comes to the Starbucks snowman cookie. I don't know if you've had a snowman cookie, but they're really good. Okay, getting involved with your local community. So these are some ads that I just took a screenshot of, but this one is promoting the classic holiday market. It's at the Oshawa Center by Picks and Giggles. I'm not sure if you've heard of them, but this is a local market that happens every year. It's huge, the Christmas market especially, and they take up the whole portion of the Sears, the old Sears in the Oshawa Center. And then you can see this one on the side here says, small businesses are the heart of a community. And what is the marketing takeaway here? Well, it's really to collaborate with your local community and how to get involved, how to show up at a market, how to show up at a Santa Claus parade, how to give back. So these are just a couple of ideas. Now we're going to get into email marketing. And what does that look like for you? So again, you want to think about who your customer persona typically is. Is it the early bird? Is it the traditionalist? And you want to target them specifically. And that's going to, your messaging is really going to rely on that. So subject line here, this one is showing a discover the perfect gift. I believe this is from Best Buy. Discover the perfect gifts for everyone on your list. So this is really interesting because it's actually breaking down gifts for people and also for people's budgets. So when it's showing gifts less than 25, gifts less between 25 and 50, you're making it easy for that online Oscar to make a decision. They know exactly what they want. They know what their budget is. They have a secret Santa that they need to buy for $25 limit. So they're definitely clicking gifts less than $25 or between 25 and 50. And then gifts by recipient. Are you shopping for your grandma? Are you shopping for teens? Are you shopping for your mom? Are you shopping for kids? This is really making the customer journey easy. People are being shown where to click, which is what we want. The next one is limited time offer. 24-hour holiday flash sale starts now. So this is a printing company called Vistaprint, where they print tons of things. They print not just pictures, calendars, but also you can make t-shirts on there, personalized mugs, pretty much anything they will print. And this is good because it's creating, again, that sense of urgency, limited time offer, 24 hours. And the imagery is really nice too. It's, they're using classic Christmas colors. So this, or holiday colors. This might be targeting the traditionalist. Every moment is a gift. Share them all with loved ones. So if you think of the traditionalists we talked about, they're very nostalgic. They are in their ways. They like to see, the traditional holiday imagery. So it's also targeting the self-gifter because you can see here the messaging is also saying buy one, get two free, right? So, I'm going to create this beautiful calendar for my mom, but buy two, get one free. I'm going to get one for my mom or my sisters as well. So really great creative ways to make your email marketing stand out and easy to navigate. Holiday checklists and tips. So here we have, and this is really great for service-based businesses. So let's say you are a wellness coach. So you might have something like 12 days of holiday mindfulness, right? So it shows here, day 8, holly jolly breath work. To keep your energy up, do some holly jolly breath work. And then we have here education blog post. So this might be a professional organizer. Here are the best organization must-haves for the holiday. And so if you're a travel agency, it could be something like how to navigate, 10 tips on how to navigate the busy airport over the holidays. Or how to beat the holiday rush at the airport. What to pack over the holidays. Might not be any different from what you typically pack, but again, you're making it geared toward the holidays, making it sound more interesting. Okay, so next we're going to get into AI's role in your holiday marketing strategies and how we can really get assistance from AI, especially if you're the only person in the business and you don't have a marketing person or a salesperson or a team. It's really important to have that help. And how can we use these tools to leverage our business? So I'm just going to go into this briefly, but here are some ways that it can help. It can create personalized email campaigns. It can segment your customer list based on purchase history, preferences, and engagement with past marketing efforts. It can help you brainstorm campaign ideas, and I can even show you an example of this after. Creative assistants. So think of it as your marketing assistant. You can even say that when you are prompting ChatGPT or Copilot. You can say, I am a small business owner. I'm a photographer based in Durham region. I want you to act as my marketing assistant, and I want you to generate some holiday themed content for the next month. So you can be very, very specific and even tell ChatGPT or Copilot what to do. You can analyze trending topics and it can suggest holiday related posts that align with your brand. And chatbots that can handle FAQs about the holiday hours, shipping deadlines, and promotions so that you're not tied up answering all these questions that are coming in your inbox, or maybe you're getting a lot of phone calls asking all these questions that can simply be answered by something like a chatbot on your website. So there are ways to eliminate the stress as a business owner and actually work with an AI tool to help things run more efficiently and smoothly behind the scenes. Okay, that's it for me. Does anyone have any questions or thoughts that they want to share? Hopefully I left you with some good golden nuggets and good takeaways that you can apply to your business. It's not too late to start your holiday marketing. Typically, it is recommended that you start way earlier, but there's still a lot of time. Black Friday's around the corner, and then you have all of December to really push your marketing efforts. No problem. I'm just going to stop my sharing. I'm going to stop recording now, but feel free to put in any more questions, and I can also give a demonstration of how to use AI in your business as well.